Hey, good morning, my friends, or good afternoon, or good evening, whenever you're looking at this video. At the time of recording, it's morning. It's a beautiful morning in Berkeley, California, and I'm here to tell you the story of a little red maple tree. We're setting up outdoor learning environments here in Berkeley to facilitate children coming back to school, and in doing so we are installing tents so teachers have the opportunity to take their students outdoors and participate in learning activities outside of a classroom where there's better airflow and where there's less chances of COVID transmissions. And in doing the tent setup, we had to remove a tree from its current location, which was in a 3x3 planting cutout in the middle of a playground, covered by cement. The tree was doing okay, but it wasn't thriving. It was in the same. It was planted in the playground for several years, and it showed very little signs of growth. It had some growth, but not a lot, and it was subjected to children. As you can see here, all the scratch marks on the trunk are probably children scratching at it with their fingers. But we dug it out, and the plan was, if we can dig it out without damaging the root system too much, we would transplant it to the front of the school where there's tons of space for rooting area, and if the root system was severely damaged, then we would get rid of it. Luckily, the crew did a really good job at digging it out carefully and gently, and we got some really nice root system out. Of course, some roots were severed and chopped. We cleaned them up, and we did a sugar treatment to the roots so to stimulate growth. Now, whenever you're transplanting a tree that is a little bigger than a sapling, it's a little bit of a gamble, and it all depends on timing, seasonal timing, and the work being done. How careful is the work being done? Okay, we were able to get out some really good roots, structural roots, so woody, thick roots, and then fibrous roots as well, which are smaller roots that absorb nutrients and moisture. The structural roots anchor the tree to the soil, and we're able to get it out without having to dig out a root ball. So really, we dug it out as a bare root, and it was quite an amazing task. I have some pictures of it being dug out. Probably won't make it into the video because I do not have too many editing powers. Now I do have a smartphone which allows me to film and upload onto YouTube, so I'm grateful for that. But my videos are usually low quality in terms of video and editing. You never see like words pop out or links or anything. However, if you are watching this video, go ahead and hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm so more people see the video, and subscribe if you would like to have more videos of this nature, talking about trees, landscape, plants, ecology, whatever, anything that tickles me, I will do a video about, as long as it's relevant to my profession and life dedication. So again, by having it dug out into bare root, so there was no root ball, we already have a good beginning. The roots don't have to exit the root ball onto the existing soil. They're planted right onto the existing soil, making the establishment period shorter, and the stability of the tree itself stronger. So root ball planting, bare root planting is a plus. Whenever you can do it, do it. It takes a little longer if you bought the tree in a pot, or it came in a burlap sack with a root ball. You just want to gently shake off the soil and wash it off. So that makes, again, establishment much easier, and the tree's roots can just tap right into the existing soil. Now, the soil we have here in Berkeley, it's a super thick clay, and so the crew dug out a pretty substantial hole. However, it wasn't very deep. It was about 2 feet deep and about 4 feet round wide. And what I had the crew do as well was radial trenches along to the side, and the radial trenches go about a foot deep, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 radial trenches that we did. That helps the tree push the roots out and have oxygen. Okay, another thing we did, look out, whenever you're out in the public schools, you want to look out for those, because you'll step on them and then you take them with you. It's like a little souvenir. Another thing you want to do is find the soil level, the grade of the soil, and place the crown of this tree or any tree just above it. Okay, and yes, planting trees too high can be a problem for a tree because the roots can dry out. Now, in this situation where you have very thick soil that has poor drainage, it's okay to place the crown of the root right where the trunk flares happen, right above the soil level. An inch is great. 1.5 inches is better. 2-3 inches is just a little too much. But you definitely do not want to plant them below the soil level, because your tree is gonna drown. And even if you have an exceptional drainage, you still don't want to plant your trees too deep, because the roots, that's gonna cause the roots to reach upward towards the oxygen, and a lot of the times those roots circle around the trunk and end up girdling the tree, blocking water and nutrients from moving up and down. It'll block it, it'll choke it. So anyway, I'm very, very proud of this tree. I'm very, very proud of the crew that took such a careful approach to digging the tree out, and let's see how it goes. This might take a few months to really show. However, we got it out right before the blooms open, so the tree's still in dormancy, and it's the best time. The weather's warming up. In these trenches, we backfill them with compost, and the planting hole was mixed in with a lot of compost. Now what compost does to the tree, to the soil, is introduce air pockets, and again, the soil, the clay soils are very rich in nutrients, but they're poor in oxygen. So by incorporating compost to the soil, you increase the oxygen in the soil and the microbial activity. So trees need interaction with soil microbes and mycorrhizal fungi. Those are fungus that attach to the roots and exchange nutrients for sugars. Pretty cool how they do that, and those relationships have been studied a lot. I'm not an expert on mycorrhizae, but I know that those connections are important in tree survival, and some plants straight up need it, and if they don't have it, they will not thrive. They'll hang on for a couple years and then they'll decline into death. We'll see how this tree develops. Hopefully it will develop into a really nice tree. Let's talk about staking really quick and before we end the video. This stake here that we placed is just pure theatrics, okay? There's nothing, the stake is not attached. As you can see, this is just to kind of show people that it wasn't an accident tree and that it's tied because it's new in the area. By planting it bare root, the anchoring of the tree is much safer. There's no root ball for the tree to rock back and forth. The tree is well anchored already, and we'll give it a little shake, and it's looking good. It's a little soft, of course, because it just got planted and the roots haven't made their way onto the soil yet, but anchoring is much less of a problem. Establishment is much easier, and wow, almost 13 minutes. Time to call this video done. Please leave your comments, like and or dislike. I think you can only do one. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Tell me why you liked it or why you didn't like it, and we'll stay in touch. For now, I'm signing out. Plant more trees and stay healthy, everybody. Peace.